4 together. And perhaps nobody defines playing together better than Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Those two Bengals players enjoying an explosive season out on the field. And even though it's their first together in the NFL, the former LSU Tigers have been playing together for years thanks to their college days. Cincy opted to take Chase over drafting for need at the O-line position with their top 10 pick, and it has paid off with a Super Bowl appearance. Take a look at Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase in the postseason, and we're throwing in, yes, the LSU Tiger days. You can see the output that these two have certainly enjoyed. We're talking about 109 receiving yards per game, 4 touchdowns. So Burrow and Chase getting a lot of attention this week, but who are some of the other big names flying under the radar? For that, we have Brinson and Danny Kannell from L.A.
You know, Danny, we've heard a lot about the quarterbacks in this game. Joe Cool, beaten to death in terms of how you can't bet against Joe Burrow. We know that, right? Matthew Stafford, some say he might be a Hall of Famer if he wins. Yeah, and that's been beaten into the ground around the Pick Six podcast parts as well. But there are some underplayed, under-talked about guys in this game, players, that could step up and have huge moments in the Super Bowl. When you look at maybe a Rams pass rusher, perhaps, who stands out to you as a guy who's not being talked about enough?
To me, and it's crazy because a few years ago, he's one of the stars of the league. But Von Miller, Von Miller for me, and you see the reason why Les Snead went after him, because he's looking to go all in. He's like, what are those pieces? And now you look at how I think this game could unfold, where I think Joe Burrow is going to be in for a long day. I think a lot of Rams are going to eat, and they're going to eat a lot. And I think Von Miller could be one of the players that benefits the most from a porous offensive line of the Cincinnati Bengals. And as much as we talk about the quarterbacks, I think the Rams defense might be what we're talking about the most when the game's over. So I'll take Von Miller.
I think that's a great call. Look, the Bengals are going to want to double team Aaron Donald. They're going to have to. Prisco's been yelling about it all week. If they do that, Von Miller's going to get great matchups off the edge. He won Super Bowl MVP in Super Bowl 50. I love him at 40-1 as a Super Bowl MVP bet, because if he has 3 sacks, strip sack, flip the game, I think you're right. This defense could be massive. The Bengals are also going to want to take away the best weapon that Matthew Stafford has, and that's Cooper Kupp. So maybe they double Kupp. I think we could actually see the Rams come out and try to feed another guy who's not getting enough attention. That's Odell Beckham. Two of these late season additions for the Rams. Les Snead shoving all his chips in the middle. OBJ has, just like Von Miller, kind of struggled when he came to LA originally, but then really started to turn it on and has played awesome in the playoffs. He's looks like old Odell Beckham, not completely back, but I think we could see this guy. He's got a prop of 5.5 receptions. I love the over at plus money. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they come out, target Odell Beckham early and often, force the Bengals to shift their coverage back and to sort of lock in on OBJ. That frees up Kupp a little bit, opens up the run game. I think he could be a big player here.
I think you're right, too. The 2 weeks of preparation, what are you going to focus on if you're a defensive coordinator? You're going to look at Cooper Kupp, the Triple Crown winner, and be like, all right, we're going to game plan to stop him. So that's going to open up things. And really, I think that's why Odell has been able to flourish since he's been there, because Cooper Kupp is so great. He gets better matchups on his side, better, defenses are worried about safety help for Cooper Kupp. They move it over, provides a lot of opportunities. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him have a big game either.
We got to throw a bone to the Bengals, too, with an undervalued player, right? And I think T. Higgins could qualify, because we on one side we have Jamar Chase, of course. If he ends up getting a lot of Jalen Ramsey coverage, I think we could see T. Higgins being Joe Burrow's go-to guy in this spot as well.
No doubt. I think Joe Mixon also catching the football could be somebody to watch out for, because I don't think they're going to run it. I think he could have a big day catching the ball.
All right, we have plenty more days before the Super Bowl gets here, but the anticipation starting to build at SoFi Stadium.
Gentlemen, thank you. We continue to have our coverage on CBS Sports HQ live from LA all week long, presented by Verbo. We've got a prompt show coming up 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Then, subject to change, but interviews scheduled with Hines Ward, Marshall Faulk, George Kittle, Dick Butkus, and CeeDee Lamb, just to name a few.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.